think we ought to get some of these people and send them for a picnic up on Bear Mountain. Trying to remember all my old Bob Dylan stuff these days because I need money and I have 5 hours of the American Songbook. Anyway, this is from Michael Martin. Don't worry, Trump. Nobody can say their names properly. Michael. Or Simon. It's for you as well, Simon, because it's based on toxic masculinity, Simon. Yes. And as advised, you deal with toxic masculinity by putting things on TV and radio and leading the general cowherd of the country, and not putting things like Badlands and love hate on TV, romanticizing crack dealing and toxic masculinity. Anyway, I have a very simple solution. I can't take my little 5-year-old nephew down around the corner to the tree swing without some pack of hyenas in bubble jackets, throwing stuff at us. Toxic masculinity, Simon. They don't say much on their own, but when they're in their little cowards and they're trying to impress their little boyfriends and assert their masculinity, they do throw shit. It's really annoying, and there's no end to it. I can't walk down to the shops anytime without some toxic masculinity. So yes, you have a problem there, Simon. And I have a problem because it's your problem, Simon. So anyway, as usual, I have practical solutions to deal with these things that you don't do. I don't get paid. You get paid. I give you the solutions. And NATO and the EU will thoroughly agree, and everyone will agree, I think. Make it very simple. Summer holidays, yay! Okay, every 16 to 18-year-old, maybe 15-year-old, screw it, 13, kids are better with guns, and we send them for some military training for 2 or 3 months in Poland. Specifically Poland. I know the French would like to take them, or makes sense to send them to France, but France is a holiday. Come on, we're sending them to Poland to see what young men grow up like in Poland. And if you're not going to university in Poland, you're going to the military. So we just send them to 3 months hardcore EU, NATO preparation, for fighting Russia. You're going to want to be prepared. So we just send them for, and they can get paid, you know what I mean? And it'll be wonderful for everybody. They'll come back as men. They'll come back with a bit of tough skin on them. They won't be wandering around in bubble jackets with knives in their hoodies. They'll be coming back. Women will sense a bit of thickness about them, a bit of sense of cop on about them, and all of the country. See, it's just a problem. It's a bored, privileged country for women and children, and asserting toxic masculinity. So I just send them. I'd go happily as well, but they make me cut my hair, and I can only get by on my good looks these days after the medication. So yeah, military training in Krakow. You know what I mean? Military training. Send them for a nice 2-3 months hardcore military training, and they can assert and demonstrate their masculinity in front of their friends all day. All day, big freaking NATO obstacle courses. Starving in the forest for 4 days, holding a sniper. You know what I mean? Yeah, put some fucking hair on them and then they can come back and then problem solved. They'll all be very respectful and nice. They won't be hanging around on street corners anymore. And simple solution, have it all taken care of in 3 months. Simon, toxic masculinity. Anyway, I don't get paid enough. You put me on disability to make me an invalid witness to triple Garda homicide, to which I'm a witness to. Yes, Simon, and everybody knows about that. The Rose world know about that. So yeah, let's take some of these people and send them on a picnic up to Bear Mountain. Practical solutions.